my name is Reilly-Boccia, and I'm here to talk about how to make tee work as effective as possible. Anytime we train, we want to try to make tee work not only as game-like as possible, but we want to make sure we're doing everything with correct form. You can take 100 cuts off a tee, and if you're not set up in the correct position, you could be reinforcing negative habits into your swing. So first thing is how to get set up for a pitch right down the middle. Today we're just going to talk about right down the middle. We can get into outside or inside pitches later. A lot of times I'll tell my lessons, they need to know what they look like at contact in order to be successful off the tee. If they know what their swing's supposed to look like at contact, they'll be able to set up to the tee in the correct position. So I have them step away from the tee. I have them get to a good contact position for a pitch down the middle. We'll get them starting from the ground up. We'll make sure their front side is closed. Front hip has not opened yet. With a strong front side, we'll make sure that their back side knee is driving towards their front knee. Their back heel is facing straight up. We'll make sure that they have dynamic balance, meaning that they are maintaining their balance throughout their entire swing. Nose on top of belly button, splitting the distance between our 2 feet. We'll make sure our torso is not leaning too far forward or leaning too far back, that it's about centered. We'll check to make sure that we have a really good power L with our top hand arm. Okay? This is a crucial key component to making tee work effective. We'll make sure that we have palm up with our top hand and palm down with our bottom hand, and that our front arm is slightly bent. Once we get a hitter to this position, and she understands this position well, we can bring her over to the tee to get set up right there. Now she knows this would be a good position for her to hit for a pitch right down the middle. Next, we're going to talk about checking in and trying to visualize a pitch ball. So first of all, anytime someone walks up into the box in a game, you never see them with their head down, getting ready to hit where they're going to make contact. Anytime someone steps into the box, they're always set up here. Okay? So we're going to call this a checked-in position. It's a point at which they're going to emulate when they get to the game. They're going to have both their eyes facing their pitcher. This is extremely important because if we can picture our head as the camera and our body being the tripod, we want to make sure both of our lenses are being used to evaluate the pitch that's coming in. If we only have one eye or 1.5 eyes on the ball, it's going to affect the way we see the ball, and thus it's going to affect the way we hit the ball. So, we're going to get to a good checked-in position in our stance. Right here, okay? We want to make sure that our hands are right around our shoulder and ear area, that our knocking knuckles are aligned. In this position, our elbows are going to be relaxed, okay? They shouldn't be forced too far in, and they should not be forced too far out this way. It should make a nice A shape, nice and relaxed with our knuckles lined up. Once we're in this position, in the stance, we want to try to get some kind of rhythm going, some kind of movement. We don't want to ever be stagnant in the stance phase. We always want to have some kind of rhythm. Again, it should be quiet. It shouldn't be too loud, too herky. This is something that should be quiet right here. So anytime we hit off a tee, we can expect to get to this position every time. Well, good thing about the tee is that it's easy to do. There's nobody, you don't need anyone else for it. You just need a tee and some balls and a place to hit. With that being said, it would be better to take 10 high-quality swings where you're trying to visualize a pitcher and you're trying to go through your routine and do everything you do normally in a game than to take 30 swings where you're not really paying attention and you're just taking hacks. Okay? Quality over quantity whenever it comes to tee work. So, as you become a hitter and you get to a more mature level, a more competitive level, one key component is visualization. We want to try to visualize being in the batter's box in a game. We want to try to visualize what the pitcher's going to be doing. We want to try to visualize what the atmosphere is going to be. The more components you can add to your visualization, the better off it's going to be once you get in a game. You want to be able to step into the box in a game, no matter the situation, and feel like you've been there before. So, with that being said, whatever routine you have when you step into the box during a game, you should make sure you practice it off a tee. Practicing the routine becomes really important. Tee work, soft toss, front toss, whenever you're scrimmaging, whenever you're playing a midweek game in your local town, or you're playing at the Women's College World Series on national television. Your routine should remain the same. By keeping your routine the same and by practicing it, it's going to help you get calm and focused and in control of your emotions so that you can be successful at the plate. So, if I were hitting, I'd go through my routine, whatever I would normally do in a game. I'd set up to the tee and make sure that I'm making contact at the appropriate position, not too far back and not too far out in front. I will check my contact position here. I'm going to get checked in right here, have my rhythm, load, and swing. First, I'm going to show you one example of an inappropriate way to hit off a tee. If you noticed, I kept my head down the entire time. This is unrealistic. This isn't what we do in a game. That you're not going to be able to transfer as much of your tee work that you do to your game. Okay? Next, I'm going to show you an example of a hitter who's taking high quality cuts off a tee. You want to make sure that you follow the ball that you're visualizing with your eyes. You never want to follow with your head. Taking your head and carrying it to where the ball's going to be is going to set you up for a bunch of issues in your swing that come later on. Always follow the ball with our eyes. So we're here, see the pitch with our eyes, our head comes down to contact, but that's about it. We never want to be on the tee and completely follow with our head. Now I'm bringing my posture forward, I have a lean, I no longer have dynamic balance in my swing, and I'm not going to be able to transfer all my hard work from tee over to the playing field. This has been Reilly-Boccia explaining how to make tee work as effective as possible.